All right, Matt, first fight on the main card, UFC on ESPN Plus 14. Hard to believe that we're 14 fights into this ESPN Plus deal, coming at you from Montevideo, Uruguay, the first time the UFC's been to Uruguay. And listen, our first of 6 main card fights is kind of one of those fights that may be forgotten if it were on a bigger card, but here it really shines. You've got Fuerte, Enrique Barzola taking on the Wolfman, Bobby Moffett. And like I said, this could be a banger at featherweight. This isn't really one of those top, I want to say top 20 type of fights, but the winner here could take on a top 20 type of guy, and it's a really dynamic division in two guys that have similar yet dissimilar type of styles. What do you make of this matchup?
So a lot of people remember Bobby Moffett as kind of getting that sort of yes, sort of no Darce choke over Chaz Skelly. It was a very controversial finish and one that should have probably been overturned. And then in his last appearance, got lost the decision to Bryce Mitchell, who I know we had kind of differing opinions on sort of where his ceiling is, but it's not a bad thing to lose to kind of an up-and-coming prospect. Now, Enrique Barzola, we've seen him as of late at least. He's had a really wrestling-heavy style. He'll go for like 8 or 10 takedowns a fight, but usually once he can get them, he's really good at top control. But Bobby Moffett's not really the type of guy who you want to be taken down. I mean, none of his wins are by submission.
No, and you look at Enrique Barzola, he's one of those guys, he can either go wrestle heavy or he can become a volume striker and he can really push the pace. And a guy like Bobby Moffett, you make a really good point there. A guy who's 14-4, 9 of those 14 wins by submission. For Barzola, 15-4-1, a guy who came into the UFC from the Ultimate Fighter Latin America Season 2, won that at lightweight. And he's 5-2 in the UFC, so he's somewhat streaky and he's somewhat switching his styles seemingly every fight. The odds have it -170 for Barzola, +145 for Moffett. If Moffett can get the fight to the ground, I think it's a lock. He's going to be able to get the win. But in this one, I'm going to be taking Enrique Barzola and siding with the favorite here.
So I just feel like the defensive wrestling is going to be able to keep this fight on the feet. And I do really think, like you said, good point, that Barzola is just kind of volume striking. He's going to be able to sort of rack up points throughout the 3 rounds and it'll give him the decision win.
Exactly. Looking forward to it. Our first of 6 fights on this main card. Hopefully you can tune in for the rest of them here on Fight Night Picks, Matt. Let's